Hi, it's Esther, and this is not an episode of Exploring Creativity. However, it's in the about the timeline of it when I actually speak on Saturday evenings. But I decided I would instead use this time to talk to you about something that I'm going to be starting really soon. It's called Patreon. Those of you already know it. I'm going to tell you a little bit, take a moment to tell you what it is. I'm also going to try to make this lighting a little bit better so I don't look like a monster. Not that I look like a monster, but anyway, it's always good to have better lighting. Lighting is a lot. So what Patreon is, I'll tell you in a couple words, and then I'm going to tell you why I have finally gotten my shit together. Thank you very much, Alicia. Excuse me. But and I'm signing on to it. So what it is a platform, kind of like Instagram or, I don't know, Twitter or anything that it could be, where artists and creators put their stuff out there and let you know how things are happening, what's happening. And you, as a patron, awesome, sign on for as little as, I was going to say a cappuccino a month, but it's not even. Like, you can sign on for like a simple black coffee a month. You can sign on for a cappuccino. You can sign on for a cocktail. You can sign on for, I don't know, something a little bit more expensive, but not that expensive per month to support an artist, a creator. And as I'm talking to you, I would hope you check mine out. I will be launching on Wednesday, which happens to be St. Patrick's Day. Totally random date. And it happens to be on St. Patrick's Day. I am 6.25% Irish. Did I mention that? I'm a lot of other things too. Americans are. So anyway, let me read this so I don't. You know what? It doesn't matter. If you're on for it, you're on for it. And if you're not, you're not. I will be putting all sorts of documentation out there. But for now, I've got, okay, so the platform and what it is, it's been around since about 2013. Hi, Thomas. Glad to see you here. It's been around since 2013. I've put a video up of what it came from, and you might check it out because they say it quickly and precisely. But I'm saying it for me. So it's a way of directly connecting artists and supporters, which is incredible because there's so many artists out there. And if you're looking for a gallery and you are able to charm and get interest, like if a gallery says, oh my God, I love your stuff, oh, and I really want to sell it, that's awesome. And a collector, but it has limitations. I mean, how many shows can they have of you a year? Maybe bi-yearly or tri-yearly, or I don't know. I always get my bi and semi-yearly mixed up. I mean, you know, how many pieces of art can one person buy? And sometimes the art's expensive and you don't really want to buy it, but you kind of want to support that artist. So this is incredible because it can be a connection, and who knows what can happen, because artists have different value system, and you might sign on for the €3 a month, and who knows what could show up in your mailbox. I'm not making promises, but you know, I mean, sometimes the whole money value thing doesn't have the same. It's not that we want to be poor. Hell no. Give me Lisa Marie Presley's 25th birthday. What did she got? She got that Elvis Presley, what do you call it when people give you a lot of money that you can't have until you're a certain age? Well, she got that. Trust fund. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. And I probably wouldn't change my lifestyle much, but I would know that I could pay for the new studio that I'm in. Tiny little, like, 100 square feet space, but it's my own. So let me tell you. Okay, so yeah, I need support. I'm just laying it out there. I won't get into the details. You don't want to hear them. You've got your own details. But it's also kind of exciting because there's a lot of momentum going on. I've been doing a lot of social media-ing, learning all sorts of stuff. It's so fun. It's so fun to get things out there and connect to you, and I'm doing it through the art, which is really what I'm interested in. And I could be interested in other things. I could teach English. I mean, why not? I get excited that people learn that. I could teach drawing classes, but what I really want to do is what I'm flowing along doing, and I could be homeless on the street and doing it and finding shit to glue together and turn into collages or tie together and make into sculptures. You could just ransack the markets at the end of the day and find all the wood and the fruit and the fine stuff and tie it together. And maybe I will. Support me. We'll find out. If I do that, I will take pictures. I'll document it. Although if I'm homeless on the street, I probably won't have things to be able to document it. Because, I don't know. Do you have a locker that's really safe if you're homeless on the street? Hopefully that's not what's going to happen. I'd really rather just stay in my studio and make work. So what's happening to me right now, because this is kind of what Patreon is. I'm going to just, reveal things. But this isn't yet it because it's on Wednesday. So it is, why? I have a lot of momentum. I have so much momentum that I have 7 giant empty stretcher bars. Like 4 by 5 foot, 5 by 6 foot. I don't know what they are. They're in a big studio space right next to mine. There's a roll of canvas. And oh my God, I want to put lots of stuff on there. I want to put lots of layers of gesso, lots of paint, lots of ink. I want to see what happens. I want to do stuff to it. But at the moment, I'm a little bit more worried about paying the rent on my studio. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do that. So Patreon. Back to Patreon. I also have these walls in my studio space and I'm going to put this thin plywood on so I can do full length drawings like I did in 2004, 2005. But so much different things have happened in the vocabulary. And also my 3 kids. I mentioned I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids. I've had 3 kids for a while. I've had 3 kids for 20 years. Okay. And now I still have the kids, but they're a lot older so I can actually get back into the grit. I've been doing it the whole way through. But who has time to tell you about all that stuff when you're like doing the kid thing? I will not belabor this. Hello, Rebecca. I love your little hearts. So, by the way, Rebecca, I'm going on at length why I'm on Patreon, what it is, and why I'm on it. Why I will be on it. Oh my God, there's 3 people. Yes, I will be on Patreon launching on Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. Pull yourself away from the Guinness and sign on to Patreon for me. Freaking €3 a month? You can't handle that? I can't, which is why I'm going to go on Patreon. I also have cats that have kidney problems. I've got kids going to university. Frig that. If they can't pay for it themselves, woohoo! Do the autogérant. Learn yourself. Okay, so I need support. We've made that clear. I have stretcher bars. 7 sets of stretcher bars. I've got walls that need drawings. Jesus, the thing is got momentum. That's all I want to do. I don't care. Okay. So we're flying. Let's see what else I have to say. Oh yeah. So about those 3 kids. Okay. They take up a lot of time and energy, believe it or not. You might have heard of this. It's kind of like, imagine that exercise where you're in a door frame and you put your hands on either side against the edge of the door frame and you hold them there and you count to 30. And when you let go, I'm not going to show you much of this because I'm actually in my son's bedroom and it's disgusting. And if this was a real Patreon thing, I would show you. But I've got this. It looks nice, huh? I put on lipstick. So then you come away from the doorway and your arms just float up. And that's what I've got right now. My youngest turned 14 the other day. He can freaking go get married, get a job, get a life. He doesn't need me anymore. Cook, get a life. So I'm out, and I will be out until the rest of my life. If I wanted to invest in art that was going to go somewhere, I would buy my art, okay? Because I haven't got anything else to do, and I will do it no matter what. Like, it's kind of the only thing I've got. It's like a lifeline. And have you been on my website, esthersharo.com? Like, it's evolving. It's going places. It's been places. That's it. You'd be insane not to get this. Anyway, but Patreon is so much cheaper and so much easier. So about the momentum. Okay, but and always come financially. Let's see. Okay, you charm a galleryist and they give you a show for a month every couple of years. You get a collector and they buy something. I don't know. I don't really freaking know how these artists make a living. So Patreon offers you freedom, and I'm going to jump into it. And I'm going to tell you something else that's kind of funny is I was looking at abstract artists. Okay, so on Patreon, there's people who make a lot of money. They'll make like thousands of dollars a month. They're able to support their podcasts or their shows. So I put in abstract artist because that's what I am. Oh, how's the lighting? How's the thing? The angle? Woo-hoo. So I looked at abstract artists. They have like 2 supporters. 3 supporters. They probably make like 10 euros a month, 20 euros a month. So I'm going into that group. I'm an abstract artist, so I'm kind of fucked. But, oh my God, I don't know if you're allowed to say that on Facebook. Anyway, I said it. But I spelled it with a KT at the end. I spelled it F-U-K-T. No, I spelled it F-A-K-K-E-D, okay? So that's okay. You can use that. So yeah, all right. And oh, by the way, this whole Patreon thing is a learning curve, just like everything I've been doing for the last like 6 months. All the exploring, this live, this is a real learning curve. This is my first live, just winging, not talking about just my art. I'm hyping myself. I'm convincing you that this is really what you want to be doing. You want to support me in my art, because I've honestly been doing it for 30 years. I'm doing it like, and it feels a lot bigger than me, and it always has done. And I don't feel like I'm doing it for myself. I don't feel, hey, Athena. I don't feel like I'm doing my art for myself, and I never have. I felt like I'm doing it because it's something that needs to be done. So, oh, and I think I might have coined this phrase, support artists so artists can support you. All right? Seriously, a coffee a month, and you're supporting me. So, yeah, learning curve. And why I mentioned the learning curve is because Patreon is yet another platform, and they offer, if there's tiers for the learning curve. There's tiers for learning. No, there's tiers on Patreon. And so my first one is like €3, then there's a €9, then there's a €20. I'm just going to put it out there. For €3, you get wallpaper for your phone. Yeah, they gave me this idea. I don't know how to make wallpaper for your phone, but I have so many beautiful images, and all I have to do is go on YouTube, Google how to make wallpaper, or Google, how to make wallpaper. And you will get these freaking gorgeous images. And I'll probably send you a new one every month. I don't really know. My tier system, I'm going to tell you stuff, and it'll probably change. Because, let's see. Let me tell you what it is. Okay, so for the first one, yeah, you get wallpaper for your phone. And you get to be part of the Patreon community. I don't know what that means, but I think it involves Discord. And my son uses Discord, the 14-year-old. So I think it's really cool. Because what 14-year-olds do is kind of cool. And it will be a learning curve. He's going to teach me how to use it. But he doesn't know that. Don't tell him, because then he won't do it. So, okay, and then there's also €9, so you get all that stuff, and then you'll get something else. And then there's €20, so you get all that stuff, and the €9, and then something else. You just keep getting stuff the more you do. And it's a Patreon community. I don't know what that means. What I'm thinking is I'm going to be oh yeah, there's coloring pages. Don't know what that's about. I think I send you something and then you can color it in. And if you do a better job than me, I'm going to be annoyed, but excited, but happy, but don't show it to my customers. I can have customers. Sometimes I have customers. I have clients. I have fans. What is this? Collectors? I know people. I just know people. I love people. Chuck is watching. Nice to see you here, Chuck. Let's see. So coloring pages, digital prints, and then, but this is the other thing. This is another thing that I'm going to, because it's a learning curve, so I'm going to say there's stuff, but I'll be changing a lot. And the other thing I've looked into, this is so exciting, is merch. Merch. You buy merch when you see a show, because you can buy a disc, but you can buy t-shirts. My friend Joan did the coolest merch I have ever seen. Yes, Jarvis, cooler than your tea bags. Cooler than a puzzle. Joan as policewoman did an oven mitt. Joan did an oven mitt. She is a freaking coolest, what do you call it? Like musician in that alternative musician. So good. If you have not seen Joan as policewoman, you're missing out. Joan as policewoman, go on YouTube, check her out, then go buy her stuff. But there'll be no more oven mitts. I have the oven mitt. Oven mitt merch. Okay, I'm not going to do oven mitt merch. I'll do stickers and print. But what I saw was tattoos. Have you looked at my art? What art? Like my art as a tattoo? Jesus, sign up. No, not oven mitt, Rebecca. Tattoo. If this works out, if people support me enough, you bet I will do oven mitts and puzzles. Kama, if you're watching this, there will be a puzzle of my art, but I have to get up a little bit. So yeah, you don't have to buy the art because it's kind of expensive. And I can't bring the price down because it just has too much value to me, I'm afraid. But you can sign on to Patreon and get this other stuff. And we can have intimate time together. Intimate time. Because I came up with this idea because, like, all right, so I'm saying, okay, it's the price of a cappuccino, la la. But, like, I should set aside a time for me and my Patreon community to have cappuccino together. We can have coffee or aperitif, vodka, whiskey, wheatgrass. I don't care. Bring it. Bring it all on. This is so exciting. I feel like this is a win-win situation. You support me and I support you. I will give you energy. I will give you ideas. I will give you thoughts. Oh shit, I'm running out of battery. No, I'm just low on battery. Now I've got like a decent phone that has a decent battery because I couldn't talk to you otherwise. So anyway, I've gone on for a while. Cappuccino-whisky-aperos. Cheers. Yes. Puzzles. Tattoos. What could be better? All this and more. And I don't even know what that more is. But if we're talking quantum physics, it kind of already exists. The more already exists. It's like flow. We're going to flow. We're waterfalls. And like, you flow to me, and I flow to you. And I know waterfall is only one direction. But then there's all that cumulus cloud and rain and pouring. And we're going to do it. And we're going to do all of it. And I will keep exploring creativity out for everybody. And that will be something that doesn't... Patreon is something more private and more intimate and more invested and more revealing. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what it is. But I've seen some videos. And I only know that I'm going to make it what I make it because that's what I do. Give it to me and I make it my way. Just the way you make yours your way. And you do it the best way you can. Jason, you do it the best way. My God, I love what you write on your frickin' posts. I love reading your posts. I hope you're still there and you haven't signed off, but you might have. But if you didn't sign off, I'll just tell... If you did sign off, I'll tell you later. But I love your posts. They're so funny and they make me happy. Okay, so... I think I'm going to wrap up here, which always takes me a moment. So yeah, I'm into the clothes. I've made the clothes. I'm doing Patreon. I'm just getting it out there, and this is another way. And if cappuccino-whisky-aperos with me once a month, yeah, let's try that on for size. Patreon, you'll see it on Wednesday. I will ram it down your throat. Send it to your friends. Send it to anybody who wants to support. Let people know they're out of their minds if they're not buying my art right now. It's on my website. It's everywhere. It's out there. Love you. Thank you, Rebecca, for hanging in there. I think Jason might have gone, but I'm going to go get him. Okay. Love you tons. Take it easy. Thanks for showing up, Athena. And toodle-oodles. Have a good Saturday Eve.